then him, well, if you say he only gets the crown when he's fulfilled his mission, it's still proper to artistically put the crown on him to represent the fact that from before he was even conceived in the womb of the Virgin Mary, he was the King of Kings. Because he actually was, he's God himself, from before all ages.
Yeah, but you know, the way that God does things is that when he depicts something, it's according to what as the proper Jew. So he will only get the crown properly once he's finished the mission. So the way he is, because even when you look at, like you got in Daniel 10, when Daniel sees the messenger, and he says that he's got the face like lightning.
Right.
Even in there, it doesn't say he's wearing a crown.
Okay.
So even when you see visions similar to him in the Old Testament, the crown's not there.
Okay.
And it's only once, in Daniel 7, it's when he says that he comes before the Ancient of Days. That's when he gets the kingdom. So that's when he would have the right to the crown at that point, because that's what he's given him.
You often see in representations of Jesus in the lap of the Virgin Mary, a boy who's, he's not like an ordinary child. He doesn't look like an ordinary baby. He's holding a scepter. He's holding an orb. These are the symbols in Western kingship of royal authority. But obviously Jesus never held a scepter and an orb in his little life as a little boy. This is just art. I wouldn't drive it too far. It's trying to say this little baby is God incarnate. He's the king of the universe. That's what they're trying to say, amongst other things, no doubt. And if you want to say, well, they shouldn't do that because of what you've said, I'm not going to object to your reasoning. I'm just saying that with art, there is a certain flexibility that's allowed. And if somebody actually does something which you don't think is artistically proper, and most people have issues with an artist's efforts in various ways, I don't think one can say that therefore means the art is in definite contradiction with true doctrine. It's just an artistic...
Yeah, but it doesn't display the true doctrine, that's the problem. So someone could see it and say, oh, she's holding Jesus and he's got a crown, and they can actually think the wrong sequence because they haven't read the Bible.
Well, we would say that this shows he is the king of the universe. He's God himself. He's not just a boy, not just a baby. He's holding the orb and the scepter, though he never held physically an orb and a scepter, because that shows he's a true king. The orb representing the possession of the world, and the scepter being that royal authority to control people and the universe. So that image, these images tell stories. They're not actually necessarily showing what you are trying to say they should show. So if the artist has a different purpose than you've got, then you can't say he's wrong in his purpose if it's trying to show something different from what you think it should be showing. I don't think I can say much more, because if you want to challenge an artist's artistry, fair enough, but you'll be there till the cows come home, because there's so many different ways to apply artistic skills to get a message across, and there's so many different kinds of messages you can get across with your art. I mean, if you're saying it's objectionable in principle to show Jesus as a boy with a crown on his head, I can't challenge you on that, because I can only say what I've said. It's just the artist. If an artist wants to tell you something about Jesus, then it might not be that it's in a kind of historical sequence, or it's like, as you say, he gets the crown later and it's given it him too soon. But if the artist is trying to say, not that when he gets the crown, but that he actually has that God status and king status from the moment he's a conceptus in Mary's womb, if that's his purpose, then he's fulfilled his purpose, and he hasn't contradicted true doctrine. He's just contradicted a particular thing that you think needs to be pointed out. But different things can be pointed out by art.
Yeah, okay, so I suppose that can be an ambiguous one, but